San Diego, California, Chris Chelios, most valuable player for the Wisconsin Badgers, a member of the NCAA All-Tournament team.
From New Brighton, Minnesota, Scott Bukestead, who led the Western Collegiate Hockey Association in scoring last year.
From St. Paul, Steve Griffith, and Coach Lou Vero knows a great deal about what this young man can do. Griffith played for Vero on the 1981 U.S. National Junior Team. From Virginia, Minnesota, John Harrington, this gold medal winner from 1980, has a broken wrist, but he should be ready in time for Sarajevo.
From Minneapolis, defenseman Tom Hirsch, who played in the World Championships 2 years ago in Finland with Team USA. From Minnesota, David H. Jensen, a 4-year starter at Minnesota, played for Coach Vero in 1980-81 National Junior Team.
And this young man, Kurt Kleinendorf of Grand Rapids, Minnesota, has been hurt here, too, a 4-year performer at Providence.
Bob Mason is a goalie from International Falls, Minnesota, most valuable player in the Western Collegiate Hockey Association.
Cloquet, Minnesota, has produced the smallest player on the team, 5'7", 155-pounder, Corey Millen. Gary Sampson knows all about Olympic hockey. His dad, the late Ed Sampson, was a member of the 1956 Olympic team.
Ken Thompson, who's played every position but goalie. This veteran of international competition played in Tokyo and Leningrad. Phil Vercoda, captain of Team USA, played on the gold medal winning team here in 1980. As a collegian, he played under Coach Herb Brooks at Minnesota.
And this young man, Mark Barron of Madison, Wisconsin, the nation's top goalie the last 2 years, most valuable player in the NCAA tournament twice in 3 years. Ed Olchek was but 16 when he was picked for Team USA. He's worn out some suitcases. He traveled to Taiwan, the Philippines, and Puerto Rico to play baseball when he was only 13. And from Livonia, Michigan, Al Iafrate. He played on a team that won the 1983 National Midget Championships. He's only 17 years old. And if Pat LaFontaine does not make it big, every hockey scout in the world is wrong. He scores more points in hockey than lots of people do in basketball.
Paul Gay is proficient in the classroom as he is on the ice. A big goal-getter who makes the Dean's List at Providence.
And then there is Bob Brook, all Ivy League and All-American during his 4-year career at Yale. Rich Costello helped his Providence College team to 3rd place in the NCAA playoffs. He's a hard-digging and a consistent performer. Mark Fusco won the Hobie Baker Award. Now, that's to college hockey what the Heisman Trophy is to football. He's a 3-time All-American. Scott Fusco is his younger brother, and he led Harvard in scoring, and their coach, Bill Cleary, played on the 1960 Olympic hockey team.
David A. Jensen was a first-round draft choice of the Hartford Whalers this season. No relation to defenseman David H. Jensen, who's also on the team.
And Mark Kumpel was an ECAC Rookie of the Year at Lowell as a freshman. He missed a year with a knee injury, but that's nothing. He played a whole season in high school with a broken wrist. You're excited. You want to get up there with Dan Kelly and leave me alone, don't you?
Well, I certainly do. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this game tonight, and I know Coach Lou Vero is ready. He said all the team is ready. They're really looking forward to getting a good indication of just how capable they're going to be in Yugoslavia in February.
Well, I know you and Kelly have a great deal of knowledge also about the Soviet team because you spent a great deal of time with their coach, and we have a commercial message coming right up, and we'll be right back with the opening face-off after this commercial word. A lot of people tell you they saw Gene Sarazen's Double Igor, or they saw Bobby Thompson shot heard around the world at the Polo Grounds. And Lou Vero, the coach of the 1984 Team USA, where were you on that memorable night?
I was in Lake Placid. I was upstairs as an observer watching the game and shared in the joy with millions of other Americans and people all across the world in the great victory of our 1980 Olympic team.
He may not sound like a hockey coach. That accent you detect there is Brooklynese. I don't know of anybody that I've ever met who wanted to coach more than you have wanted to coach. It's really a dream come true for you, is it not?
Yes, it is, and I consider myself very lucky to be able to be a coach of Team USA, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I'm lucky we have good players and an excellent staff assisting me.
Tell me about the players. It's really not fair to say that this team is defending the gold, is it? Because this is a vastly different team. You're a different type coach than was Herb Brooks.
Well, it's difficult to make any comparisons, especially when they're 4 years apart, but I think in the history of Olympic hockey, the United States has won the second most amount of medals after the Soviet Union, and all our teams, win or lose, we're very proud of all our Olympic and international teams. We're all Americans. We're in it together. We back each other, and we're proud of all our coaches and all our players.
What kind of a team is this that the Soviet Union has brought here?
We'll see 20 of the top, probably 45 players from the Soviet Union tonight. Some of these players will be selected, I'm sure, for their final team roster at Sarajevo, but many stars are not present, but they have so many good players. we're probably seeing one of the 6 best possible teams in the world.
And you do want to do something personal. You want to say hello to a beautiful lady in Brooklyn, New York, don't you?
Well, I'll say hello to my whole family and a special happy birthday to my grandmother in Brooklyn. She's 88.
I know she's extremely proud of you, as we all are. We're proud, too, of Dan Kelly. We're going to join him right now.
Alexander Tiesnet. On defense, number 3, Sergei Gimayev. On defense, number 4, Yuri Bazakov. The forwards, number 14, Sergei Svetlov. Number 19, Vladimir Golikov. Number 22, Anatoly Stepanishek. The coach of the Soviet selects Anatoly Bogdanov, the rest of the Soviet team. Now the United States in goal, number 29, Mark Barron. On defense, number 22, Tom Hurt. Number 21, Chris Chelios. The forward, number 7, David A. Jensen. Number 12, Ed Olchek. Number 16, Pat LaFontaine. The head coach, Lou Barrow. The rest of the coaching staff and Team USA. Ladies and gentlemen, Ned Harkness, President of the Olympic Regional Development Authority, will now present to Mr. Grigory Makrychyn, Merit Master Sport of the Soviet Union and leader of the Soviet hockey delegation, and to Walter Bush, Chairman of the U.S. Olympic Hockey Committee, a gift on behalf of the Olympic Authority and the people of the Olympic region and Lake Placid as the memento of this game to be played tonight. Now for tonight's ceremonial face-off, Mr. Ned Harkness will drop the puck between the opposing team captains, Mikhail Varnikov of the Soviet Union and Phil Verkota of the USA. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the Soviet Union and United States national anthems.
gentlemen, the captains of each team will now exchange flower bouquets. In turn, these bouquets will be presented to two ladies in the audience here tonight.
The festivities have concluded. The arena is packed, and we'll have the opening face-off coming right up.
Here we go in Lake Placid with immediately the United States shooting it in. David A. Jensen shot it in. Soviets cleared out, and controlling it is Swetlop, number 14, checked from behind by Olchek. Now Team USA clear at the center. Racing in is Olchek. Deep into the puck, and it's knocked away by Vazikov for the Soviets. Collision on the boards, and then it's dumped to center ice. Taken there by Swetlop. He drops it back for Vazikov. Shot in for Swetlop. Number 14, Swetlop out in front. Just cleared away at the last second by the United States. Dumped into the center ice area. LaFontaine, number 16. Can't get around Vazikov. And then it's shot down the ice, and going back is Bob Brook, number 13 for Team USA. Shot into the center ice area. Sampson got it into the Soviet zone, but then the play was called on an offside. The nation's top college goaltender the past 2 years from Madison, Wisconsin. Played for the University of Wisconsin. Brook trying to shoot it in. It was blocked, and Brook gets it again. Over to his defense partner, Mark Fusco. Shot to center. Intercepting it is Erdia. Now cleared in by Corey Millen for the United States. Soviets lose it. Here's Sampson. Centers to Millen. A shot. And Kiesnick to save. This is Mark Fusco, number 6 for the USA. Fusco clears it in for Bushin for the Soviets. Got it to center. And Colvin has it there. Passing it ahead to Verdia. Cleared away now by Verkota. Into the corner. It is Verdiak for the Soviets. But breaking it up and coming back is Tim Thomas. Now Sampson dumps it in. Martinyanov was there to get it. Over to his defense partner, and then it's shot to center ice. Rolikop getting a pass ahead. Dzipka, he was checked, and there's a shot that Aaron hangs onto and makes the save.
Well, one of his coach's concerns, Coach Lou Vero, tonight was how they would play the first 10 minutes. They had lost their previous 3 games, and he thought that the first 10 minutes would give him an indication whether they were ready or not, and especially the width of the ice being an extra 15 feet wider than the normal ice surface.
And an extra 10 feet longer, so the big ice surface for the U.S. team as the Soviets. Now the play goes offside.
Screening the goaltender like Svetlov right there, but Barron stopped the deflection and gathered it up quickly before it was left alone for Svetlov to put in.
Barron out of the University of Wisconsin, the last couple of years, the nation's top college goaltender. A minute 43 left in the penalty to Thomas of Team USA. And immediately the puck shot down the ice by Mark Fusco. This is Vazikov, number 4 for the Soviets. Leaving it there for Golikov, number 19. He maneuvers in, but Fusco is there to clear it away. Vazikov, number 4. Into the center ice area to Stepanushev. He drops it back again to Vazikov. The shot blocked in front. Rebound handled by Golikov. Unable to center it. And Team USA cleared away.
Well, the Soviets still attempting to get the shot from outside, and they don't pass that puck in deep like they used to. They want a long shot and a deflection attempt.
Here's Jimayev. Lets the shot go wide in the short side. Over on the other wing, Svetlov got it in, but Team USA cleared away. And the Soviets have to retreat. That was Mark Kumpel who shot it down the ice. Soviets. Martinov got it to center. Now back over for Koven. Drop pass, and the shot by Kurdiak was wide. Team USA clear down the ice. 13 seconds left in the penalty. Pass into the center ice area. Koven is set. And here's Patriotism on team breaking away. Tried to get it in front of the net to David A. Jensen, but it was broken up. Back comes Kurdiak. Penalty is up to Thomas. Team USA has killed it off. Chelios taking the Soviet player out of the play in the corner. And now Thomas just out of the penalty box. The number 7, David A. Jensen. Now a penalty coming up against the Soviets. Vladimir Kovin will go to the penalty box. Let's pause for a moment. Olczak is knocked down. Puck shot by Team USA, and it's flipped up over the boards at the bench. Let's pause for a moment with the score. The Soviets won, Team USA nothing.
As he drew the man over, he slides that puck in front of Verkota, breaking through the net. There's Samson going wide. He'll slide that puck to Verkota, breaking through the net. Verkota just deflects it real quickly. He doesn't even try and shoot it because he's being protected there. He just deflects that puck right by goaltender Cheesnick. A good play by Verkota because he sees Martinov right on him, and he deflects it, changes the direction of the puck, and ties this game at 1.
Bill Verkota ties the game up. You'll meet him in our second intermission as he visits with Dave Dial.
And that play started by Eli Afraidy back in the U.S. zone when he laid a heavy check on Toivin and strung that puck free. And as the Soviets were caught with 3 men deep, Samson was able to use his speed to get to the outside and widen that defense out and slide that pass through the middle to Verkota.
Bill Verkota from Preston, Minnesota, now in Duluth, Minnesota. He had 3 goals in the United States 1980 Olympic victory, including the tying goal against Finland.
He was a very fine football player, and he went to the University of Minnesota. At one time, it looked like he might play both sports. Chose to stick with hockey, played extremely well. He was drafted by the Minnesota North Stars, but elected to go to the Olympic team, and after that, he went overseas and played in Finland for a year.
And then didn't play at all last year.
He didn't play at all, and his parents are educators in Duluth. Very intelligent young man, and he's really improved his skating. He's become a very fine hockey player.
Bill Verkota has just tied it up for Team USA. Pincock. 2-1 the Soviets lead as they come to center once again. This is Tryakin. Couldn't get it through the defense. And Yukstad headmans it for Kumpel at center ice. Now tipping it ahead for Gary Haight. Haight into the corner, unable to center. Soviets work it free. Krolikov passing it now to Minchenkov. He centered one, and right in front of the net was Hirsch to clear it away for Team USA. Rich Costello had it for a moment. He lost it. Now Costello gets it again. He's number 14. Tried to center and just grabbed by Krolikov and cleared away. Now Team USA take over once again. Tim Thomas to Costello. Trying to get it ahead to Iafrate. He was upended. And then it's shot down the ice by the Soviets. Out of the goal. Barron to clear it. Held in by the Soviets. They center one. Over onto this side. Stevens. Knocked off the puck in the corner. Here's Paul Gay. Clearing at the center ice. Shot back in by number 15. Kareem for the Soviets. Now back to get it is Tim Thomas, number 20. He's knocked down in the play. Soviets get it free to Zeben. Zeben, number 24. Steps it again in the corner. Zeben from behind the net, dropping it back. The shot deflects, and Barron got a piece of it as it came from the right point. and then it's cleared down the ice.
He waited, this young man, just 17 years old from Chicago. Look at the poise he shows. He waits, he gets T-stick down and flips it up and over. A fine play by Ed Olchuk, one of those outstanding youngsters on this hockey club. Only 17 years old. What composure he showed in that play to tie this team at 2.
How high will he be drafted by the NHL next June?
I really feel both he and I are afraid he'll be in the top 5, unquestionably in the top 10. But I know if the North Stars were picking, those two would be in the top 5.
Giving away some scouting secrets is Lou Nanne tonight.
I don't think that...
Here's LaFontaine, number 16, to David A. Jensen, who couldn't get it in. And Chenkop tied him up. Puck comes free at center ice. Kepka now over onto the far side. And Biakin losing it to Brook. Number 13, Bob Brook out of Yale. Puck is knocked back and Mark Fusco is back to pick it up. Still on the power play, but just 10 seconds left in the Soviet penalty. Fusco got it to LaFontaine. He was checked. Biakin now breaking in. Now we're going to get a penalty against the United States on the play. A holding call coming up against Team USA. Let's pause for a moment with the score. The United States 2, the Soviets 2.
Barron was able to make the save and not give a rebound. He knew at that moment that he had 2 Soviet players, Svetlov and Golikov, right in the doorstep. You see Hirsch taking one out. Here's a shot from the blue line. And as he makes the save, both Svetlov and Golikov coming to the net, but Hirsch taking one away. Getting his own rebound. The USA was putting on tremendous pressure. And Cheesnick made a fine save on the initial shot by Bukestad, a backhand shot, and he lifted the second one up and over that goaltender. An outstanding shot as he's falling down. You'll see Bukestad in front. That's him all alone. He gets the first shot away, and he takes his backhander. He's getting hooked down, up and over the goaltender to put the USA in front. 3-2 with 5:38 to go.
Lou Darrell told us before the game that Bukestad's been absent because of a knee problem, and they really need him for a scoring punch.
Well, he was only 1 goal behind Pat LaFontaine when he went out, and those 2 fellas are the top goal scorers on this team. He's been out with an injury to his ligament, missed 3 weeks, so they missed his scoring punch, but after a good pass by Fusco, a little persistence, as you said, paid off, and he made a great shot getting that puck over Cheesniak to put the USA ahead 3-2.
And
a fine play coming around the outside. He gets an opportunity to score. He stops. Tim Thomas comes in. He takes a shot. He stops. It looked like he had a wide open net. A great save by Cheesniak, but that man, 21, Chris Chelios out of San Diego, University of Wisconsin, stopped right there. Look at this shot by Thomas. Looks like he had the old open net, and then Chelios pounces on that rebound to put it away and give the USA a 2-goal lead. Here's a good play by Chelios. A backhand shot, a save. Look at Tim Thomas. He looked to put it in the upper corner, but he couldn't make it. But Thomas, his rebound comes right to Chelios, and the goal was scored, putting them ahead by 2 with 5:09 remaining.
out of the University of Wisconsin, Chris Chelios scores with 5:09 left to make it 4-2. And this place is going nuts. Chelios flipping it down into the Soviet zone. Babushin back to get it. Now it's cleared, but Chelios controls for the United States. The number 22, Hirsch. Back to Chelios. Lead pass to Verkota. In the clear. He scores! Bill Verkota's second goal of this game, and with 1:18 left, USA goes ahead 5-4.
What a great play, starting initially back in the USA goal. First giving a long lead pass to Sampson up to Verkota. Look at Verkota come in. He used his body to get in front of that defenseman. Then beats Cheesnick on the far side. There's the long pass from Hirsch. Up the wing to Verkota. He cuts to the middle, get a good shooting angle. Then he just beats him on the far side with 1:18 to go and put the USA ahead 5-4. A great play by Captain Phil Verkota, former member of the 1980 U.S. gold medal winning team here, now putting them up ahead with a minute and 18 to go.
The Soviet captain Barnikov had tied it. The U.S. captain Verkota gives the United States the lead. Once again, we still have 1:18 remaining. 5-4 in favor of the United States.
This crowd is just going wild.
Bill Verkota. The University of Minnesota and a member of the 1980 gold medal team has just given the states the lead. USA leading 5-4. Just over a minute to play. There'll be no overtime if this game is tied, by the way. Timaev now working it in for the Soviets. Timaev centered one. It was wide of the target. Into the other corner. They work it back to the net. Petrov, number 14, trying to get it free. Does to Timaev. Dropping it back to the point to Vazakov. A drive! And now jam up on the boards. And a stoppage in play with 37 seconds left in this game.
And Dan, you'll notice the Soviet team hasn't pulled their goaltender. They didn't do it here in 1980. They don't usually pull their goaltender. I'm very surprised at it. You'll see a great save by Barron keeping it even, and the Soviets are playing out there just even strength. A good save by Barron, the puck going to the right, getting frozen, and the Soviet goaltender still is in the net. It's almost like they're protecting a loss, but they never have pulled their goaltender that I can recall in all the past tournaments, and you would think they would do it here.
Mark Barron moments ago with a key save as he flung out his left leg. We have 37 seconds left. 5-4, the United States lead. Colby ready on a face-off in the U.S. zone. We'll take the draw against Tim Thomas. On the draw, it was Sampson who took the draw and won it cleanly. Cleared down the ice. Costello races after it, but Minchkov gets back. Firing it over onto the wing, breaking in, Paul Gay. Circling back is Kobe. Now, Barbusa with 18 seconds left. The United States into forecheck to try and pen the Russians up, but they can't. Back comes Kobe. Knocked down at center ice, and Hurst clears it away. 7 seconds left. Circling. Gurdia, long shot. The game is over. And the United States with a 5-4 victory over the Soviet select. And they whoop it up in Lake Placid, New York.
This building really seems to be the home of the United States hockey team. They come up with a great performance here again tonight. A fabulous hockey game, tremendous pace all night long, outstanding opportunities by both clubs. But this young United States Hockey Club came through with a better effort than the other team by far.
The final score, the United States 5, the Soviet select 4. Ice surface and the post-game ceremonies.
Tonight's game from each team will be awarded Soviet Life prizes. The prizes were instituted by the editorial board of the Illustrated Monthly magazine specifically for traditional Soviet American sport events. Mr. McCratchin will award the prizes to the first stars on behalf of the Soviet Life magazine to number 19 Vladimir Golikov, and to the Soviet hockey team to number 8 Phil Verkota of the United States hockey team. Mr. Walter Bush and Mr. Hal Trumbull, Executive Director of the Amateur Hockey Association of the United States, will award prizes to the second star of each team number 18, Mikhail Varnikov of the Soviet hockey team, and number 22, Tom Hirsch of the USA hockey team.
Final score here in Lake Placid, New York. The United States 5, the Soviets select 4. This is pre-Olympic hockey.